There is a continent where time doesn't simply move forward, it coils back into circles of memory. Where the ancient isn't buried, but still alive, in stone, in temples, and in the eyes of its people. Where nature isn't still, but roars through volcanoes, breathes deep in the jungle, and melts slowly through icy rivers. This is the Americas. A land of beginnings, kishin, and unhealed fractures. From forgotten civilizations to cities born of hope and exile. Every landscape has a soul. Every soul, a legend waiting to be told. And this journey is your key to unlocking 1,000 worlds hidden within one continent. So tell me, where will you begin? With the echoes of Machu Picchu, the salt flats that mirror the sky, or the streets where salsa and sorrow dance hand in hand. Come with me, from north to south, across 20 untold stories, 20 heartbeats sync to the rhythm of this land. Your compass is curiosity. The map, rewritten with every step. And now, the journey begins. In South America, one country stands proudly alongside Brazil, and Argentina when it comes to football glory. But Colombia's presence stretches far beyond the pitch. It is one of the continent's most dazzling gems, where history, music, art, and culture intertwine in the rhythm of everyday life. Strategically perched at the crossroads of the continent, Colombia embodies nearly every hallmark of South America. from the towering Andes and sun-scorched deserts to the depths of the Amazon rainforest. And sweeping coastlines along both the Pacific and Atlantic Oceans. But Colombia is also steeped in legend. Myths have haunted explorers for centuries. Deep in the Amazon, they once believed in a city made entirely of gold, El Dorado. Among the Incas, gold was offered to the gods. The tale of this golden city lured countless adventurers through perilous terrain. Only for many to realize that the real treasure might just be the country itself. Say Colombia, and people often imagine lavish resorts, stunning women, and the vibrant energy of carnival. Yet this nation carries its shadows too. Once notorious as a global hub for drug cartels, Colombia produced vast quantities of coca. Its plantations covered an area 5 times the size of some European nations. No name is more infamous than Pablo Escobar. Legend has it, he once burned millions of dollars just to keep his daughter warm during a night in hiding. Some say he lost 10% of his fortune each year to rats and mold. But Colombia has not stood still. Rising from the turbulence of the past, it has transformed itself into one of Latin America's most compelling destinations. It offers not only awe-inspiring landscapes, but also a culture and people unmatched in spirit. Spanning over 1.1 million square kilometers, more than twice the size of France, and home to more than 50 million people, Colombia is the 4th largest country in Latin America by area, and the 3rd most populous. It is the only South American nation with coastlines on both major oceans. This gives it an enviable strategic edge in trade, travel, and development. Its ports are thriving. Its skies are busy with global airlines. At one point, it even dreamed of linking the oceans by railway, a bold alternative to the Panama Canal. Colombia isn't only rich in oil, which accounts for over half of its exports. It is also an emerging leader in shipbuilding and IT. Yet beneath this modern sheen lies one of the most biodiverse regions on Earth. With more than 51,000 plant species, nearly 10% of the world's total, Colombia leads the globe in butterfly and amphibian diversity. And it is famed for emeralds. Deep green and pure, they are considered the finest in the world. Still, the most priceless resource here is its people. Colombians are renowned for their warmth, joy, and resilience. Despite decades of conflict, they greet each day with laughter, optimism, and a zest for life. Perhaps it's no surprise that Colombia has often been ranked among the happiest nations on Earth. Not once, but several times. For travelers, it is paradise. From Cartagena de Indias, a perfectly preserved colonial city with massive stone walls, and the mighty San Felipe fortress. To Bogota, perched high in the Andes. Each Sunday, the streets of Bogota are closed so that people can walk, cycle, and enjoy a slower pace of life. It is a land of surreal beauty. The Tatacoa Desert glows under starlit skies. Waterfalls like Salto de Bordones plunge into misty valleys. The snow-capped Sierra Nevada de Santa Marta guards the ruins of Ciudad Perdida, the lost city, hidden deep within the jungle. And whether you come for football, for coffee, or for carnival, or to chase an unfinished dream of El Dorado, Colombia will astonish you. This is a country where oceans embrace jungles, where ancient cultures thrive alongside modern rhythms, where beauty and complexity walk hand in hand. Colombia is not merely a place to visit. It's a place to experience, and perhaps a place to stay. If the Caribbean is a radiant kingdom of sun, wind, and legend, then Cartagena is its proud queen, reigning over a throne of history for more than 5 centuries. This city is not just a destination, it's a living legend, where every cobblestone and every weathered wall whispers tales of pirates, empires, and defiant resistance. Founded by the Spanish in the 16th century and named after the port city of Cartagena in their homeland. This place was once the strategic jewel of an empire in South America. Its full name, Cartagena de Indias, is a reminder of colonial ambitions and the age-old dream of reaching the east by sailing west. But as gold and precious gems flowed into Caribbean ports, pirates followed like gathering storms. Cartagena became one of the most coveted targets on the map. And to defend it, the Spanish built colossal fortifications. A 13-kilometer-long stone wall encircling the old town. And the mighty fortress of San Felipe de Barajas, the largest military structure ever built in Latin America. Can you imagine it? At sunset, ancient cannons still point silently toward the sea, as if standing guard through centuries of calm and chaos. Beneath the ground, tunnels snake through stone, once a refuge for townspeople during brutal assaults. The walled city, or Ciudad Amurallada, now a UNESCO World Heritage Site, is Cartagena's beating heart. Its pastel-colored homes, flower-laced balconies, and shady plazas make it feel like a novel you can walk through. Every street corner, every brass door knocker holds a story. Of noble families, sailors, soldiers, and revolutionaries. The clock tower marks the beginning of every journey here. From its gates, you can wander to Plaza Santo Domingo, where Fernando Botero's voluptuous bronze sculpture La Gorda Gertrudis reclines invitingly. Touch it for luck if you dare. The city's treasures include castles, the Popa Monastery, the Grand Cathedral of St. Catherine, and the Palace of the Inquisition, each offering glimpses into centuries of faith, conquest, and human drama. But Cartagena also protects the golden legacy of ancient civilizations. The Zenu Gold Museum displays shimmering pre-Columbian artifacts, from tumbaga breastplates to sacred masks that once adorned ritual ceremonies. Amidst the Caribbean heat, Cartagena remains tender and alluring. With beaches like Marbella, Boca Grande, and Castillo Grande painting perfect scenes of white sands and turquoise waters. And if you ask where the most breathtaking sunset lies, the answer is surely Café del Mar, where cocktails, ocean breezes, and golden skies create an evening etched in memory. When night falls, the city transforms into a carnival of sound. In Getsemani, the beat of champeta pulses through the streets. While locals and visitors dance Zumba. Sway to Mapale drums and sing tropical love songs under golden light. Cartagena is not just a relic of the past, it's a city alive with soul, style, and rhythm. It's a place you arrive at to explore, but leave with longing. Because once you've entered this fairy tale kingdom on the Caribbean coast, you're no longer a tourist. You become a character in the never-ending story of Queen Cartagena. Hidden deep within Colombia's legendary coffee triangle, the Cocora Valley feels like a dream drawn straight from a tropical fairy tale. But what makes this place so extraordinary? Perhaps it's the surreal beauty of the Quindío wax palms, the tallest palm trees in the world. Stretching proudly into the mist, reaching heights of 60, even 80 meters. These are not just the icons of Cocora, they are Colombia's national symbol. Living spears piercing the sky from velvet green meadows, as if calling out to the sun itself. Nestled within the Los Nevados National Natural Park, Cocora is a paradise for nature lovers, hikers, and those seeking a deeper connection to the wild. Misty forest trails lead you across hanging bridges, gentle streams, moss-covered stones, and fields of vibrant wildflowers. Along the way, you may hear birdsong echoing through the woods. Catch a glimpse of hummingbirds or a resplendent quetzal. And if you're truly lucky, an Andean bear or a rare blue-bearded helmet crest. Long before the Spanish arrived, over 60,000 Quimbaya people once thrived in this region. According to legend, Cocora was the name of a brave and beautiful princess, meaning star of the water. The Quimbaya were famed for their exquisite gold craftsmanship, but their civilization faded under the cruelty of colonization. In the years that followed, settlers arrived and began cutting down the palms to make wax for candles. As the species neared extinction, President Belisario Betancourt signed a decree on September 16, 1985, declaring Cocora a protected national sanctuary. Today, Cocora is one of Colombia's unmissable destinations. Most visitors arrive by vintage Willys Jeeps and choose between two hiking routes. A short 5-kilometer trail or a longer 12-kilometer circuit that takes 5 to 6 hours. You can explore on horseback or simply walk in silence, letting the whispers of nature guide your path. One unforgettable stop is the Casa de los Colibríes, the House of Hummingbirds. Here, dazzling little creatures flutter beside orange blossoms, and ruby-colored feeders, like living jewels suspended in midair. With every step, Cocora's scenery seems to shift. Climb a rocky slope, and a dramatic cliff appears. Sit on a simple wooden bench at the valley's edge, and you'll behold a sweeping view of lush vegetation, rolling ridgeline, and hundreds of wax palms towering like natural cathedrals. The Cocora Valley is not meant to be rushed. Every bend, every leaf, every wisp of fog carries the spirit of the Andes. So the question is, will you merely pass through or truly pause to feel it? Whether you're a gentle walker, a photographer chasing light, or a true adventurer, Cocora finds its way into your memory. Because this isn't just a landscape. It's a wild symphony of time, legend, and nature echoing far beyond the mountains. Amid the turquoise waters of the Caribbean, the islands of San Andres, Providencia, and Santa Catalina rise like shimmering tropical gems. Here, natural beauty merges with maritime history and a rich blend of cultures. These are not only among Colombia's most beautiful beaches, but a world unto themselves, filled with legends, music, and untold secrets. From afar, San Andres' sea of 7 colors stretches like a radiant silk tapestry across the horizon. Coral reefs twist and sway beneath the surface, while tropical fish dart through crystal-clear waters. It is a paradise for divers and ocean lovers alike. Yet San Andres offers more than just scenery. It holds echoes of great maritime adventures. The infamous pirate Henry Morgan once hid here, and legend claims his treasure remains buried in a cave that now bears his name. In contrast, Providencia is the quiet note in this Caribbean symphony. Recognized by UNESCO as part of the Seaflower Biosphere Reserve, this island is a pristine sanctuary. Remote beaches, towering palm groves, and vibrant coral reefs that stretch to the horizon welcome those seeking stillness in untouched nature. It is a tropical refuge like few others in the world. The region's history is as layered as its landscape. The first English settlers arrived in 1628, bringing dreams of wealth and enslaved Africans from Jamaica. They cultivated the island's fertile volcanic soil, built early communities, and left a lasting imprint on its music, religion, and language. Even today, locals speak a unique Creole, a blend of Old English, Spanish, and African tongues, heard in narrow lanes, and in rhythms of reggae, calypso, and champeta. Today, as you step onto the islands, you'll find modern resorts nestled beside traditional wooden homes. Historic churches and vibrant markets stand side by side. You can dive beneath the waves to explore the glowing coral gardens, or rest under the shade of coconut trees. Taste freshly fried fish served with sweet plantains. And here islanders tell tales of treasures still hidden in the earth. San André, with nearly 40 dive sites, powdery white sands, and unforgettable sunsets. Is a place where nature, people, and history come together in a Caribbean love song. Providencia, serene and seductive, feels like a whisper from the wind, meant only for travelers who truly listen. These islands are not simply destinations, they are places to immerse yourself. To rediscover a sense of wild freedom in the deep blue sea. And perhaps a part of your soul will choose to remain, drifting with the waves. Carried by the wind and echoing with the distant rhythm of drums from the age of buccaneers. There is a city built between Guine and cloud, where the air grows thinner, but the memories grow richer. That place is Bogota. Rising on the Cundiboyacense Plateau at 2,640 meters above sea level, it towers above most capitals on Earth. Yet it isn't just the altitude that makes Bogota remarkable. It's the historical depth layered beneath every stone-paved alley. As Colombia's political and economic center, the city also acts as a vibrant crossroads where every culture from across the country converges. You'll hear the rhythms of the Caribbean coast, Catch the earthy scent of freshly brewed coffee from the Eje Cafetero. And sense the spirit of defiance from the Andes. All thriving in one mosaic-like metropolis. Bogota didn't begin with a drawing on a map, but with a conquest. When Gonzalo Jiménez de Quesada overthrew the Chibcha and founded Santa Fe de Bogotá in 1538. Its name, half Spanish and half indigenous, was the first sign of an inevitable fusion between two worlds. It was also here that Colombia began to pen the early chapters of its independence. After Simón Bolívar's victory at the Battle of Boyacá in 1819, Bogotá became the capital of a great dream, Gran Colombia. That heroic legacy still echoes through La Candelaria, the historic heart where time seems to linger. Terracotta rooftops, carved wooden balconies, and narrow cobblestone alleys all seem to whisper tales from centuries past. At the center of this quarter lies Bolívar Square, a space where power and memory meet. Surrounding the statue of Bolívar stand four institutions of authority: the Congress, the Supreme Court, the Cathedral, and the Presidential Palace. Silent guardians of a shared national story. Can a city be both a relic and a beacon? Bogotá answers, unquestionably saying, yes. The National Museum offers a time-traveling journey through 20,000 artifacts, spanning from pre-Columbian civilizations to the modern republic. At Casa de Moneda, the nation's historic mint, golden relics sit beside masterpieces by Botero, where currency and creativity share a stage. But the crown jewel is the Museo del Oro, home to the world's largest collection of pre-Hispanic gold. An archive of beauty crafted by vanished hands. For lovers of sacred architecture, Santa Clara, a 17th century church gleaming with gold-leafed interiors, offers a dazzling sanctuary. Bogotá preserves its past not only in buildings but in rhythm, theater, and street celebrations that fill the calendar year-round. Simón Bolívar Park pulses with life at the city's heart, where locals gather to sing and forget the hum of traffic beyond. When you yearn to rise above it all, Take the cable car to Monserrate, a sacred peak soaring beyond 3,000 meters. There, Tipão, a whitewashed chapel perches quietly above the city, gazing down over Bogota's vast urban canvas. From that summit, you begin to understand the true size of this capital, not by its sprawl, but by its cultural gravity. Even its cuisine speaks volumes, from steaming bowls of ajiaco to tamales wrapped in banana leaves, and the iconic black tinto coffee. Markets like Usaquén offer havens for seekers of handcrafted goods, rich leathers, and street food that sings with spice and smoke. On weekends, this neighborhood becomes a festival of creativity and community. Each district in Bogota carries its own identity. Chapinero with its artistic edge, Zona Rosa with its electric energy, no two places are alike, yet that all contribute to the symphony of the city. It's also a cradle of knowledge, with renowned universities like Los Andes and Javeriana. Shaping ideas that ripple far beyond its borders. The Transmilenio bus rapid transit system reflects the city's drive toward the future. Even if progress occasionally slows behind the weight of its own ambition. Bogota doesn't hide its imperfections, it embraces them. It doesn't seduce with polish, but invites with honesty. Its character is bold, sometimes chaotic, always brimming with life. To truly understand it, you can't just pass through. You have to pause, listen, and live alongside its pulse. Wander through old alleyways, sip coffee on a street corner. Follow the trail of a saxophone echoing from a square. Let yourself get lost in the crowd, only to stumble upon a hidden corner of silence and light. Bogota is a place you think you know, but somehow always surprises. Because in this city, past and present don't follow one another. They exist together in every breath the city takes. Could a city once branded the most dangerous in the world become a global capital of creativity? Could a place once known as a symbol of death now sow the seeds of hope? There was a time when the name Medellin sent shivers across the globe. In the early 1990s, it wasn't just the most dangerous city on earth, it was the capital of darkness. The nerve center of Pablo Escobar's narcotics empire, where nearly 60% of the world's cocaine trade was controlled. A place where a police officer's life carried a price tag. And yet, from the ashes, something extraordinary began to rise. Not through magic, but through the will of ordinary people. Scholars, artists, community leaders, those who once lived in fear, came together and asked a simple but powerful question. Can we reclaim this city? With a homicide rate peaking at 381 per 100,000 people, it was dubbed the most dangerous city on earth. Violence wasn't just common, it was part of daily life. At the center of it all stood Pablo Escobar, the drug lord who turned Medellin into the beating heart of the global cocaine trade. He offered $2,000 for every policeman killed. Death had a price tag, and chaos reigned. Bombings, assassinations, and turf wars pushed the city to the brink. But here's the twist. From this chaos would emerge one of the world's most inspiring urban renaissances. Medellin didn't just survive its darkest hour, it transformed. How did a city once avoided by tourists become a model for innovation and inclusion? The turning point began with the people, activists, scholars, and citizens who refused to surrender to despair. They saw what the world didn't, Medellin's potential. In 2003, mathematician turned mayor Sergio Fajardo took office with one mission: to repay the city's social debt. His vision? Urbanism with a soul. New schools, libraries, and cultural centers rose, not in wealthy districts, but in the poorest, most overlooked neighborhoods. Violence, they believed, couldn't be stopped by force alone. It had to be outgrown. Then came the Metrocable, a cable car system that linked the marginalized hillsides to the city below. For many, it was the first time they'd felt connected, literally and symbolically. Travel times dropped from hours to minutes. But more than that, dignity rose. Public spaces bloomed where there had once been fear. Parks, science centers, botanical gardens, places to gather, to learn, to dream. What used to be no-go zones became sites of possibility. And international awards soon followed. In 2013, Medellin was named the most innovative city in the world. Not New York, not Tel Aviv, Medellin. But the transformation wasn't perfect. Inequality still lingers, crime still flickers. Yet the story here isn't about utopia, it's about resilience. Medellin became a classroom for the world, proving that cities can be reimagined. That tragedy can breed reinvention. That a past defined by violence doesn't have to dictate the future. Today, when you walk through Medellin's green corridors or ride its skybound cable cars, you feel something rare. Not just hope, but a city that dared to change, and did. In the heart of Antioquia, just a couple of hours from Medellin, lies a town where every wall speaks in color. Guatape, a name that once whispered of quiet farmland, now shouts with life, art, and transformation. But how did a sleepy agricultural village become one of Colombia's most vibrant tourist gems? Before the 1970s, Guatape lived by the rhythm of potatoes, corn, and mountain winds. Farmers tilled fertile soil, and the Negro Nare River fed both land and life. Tourists came rarely, drawn only by a curious monolith in the distance, El Peñón. A towering rock over 200 meters tall, rising like a silent guardian from the earth. In the 1950s, a local man carved a staircase into its side. One step at a time, opening the summit to the world. But everything changed when the waters came. In the 1970s, a hydroelectric dream became a reality in a flood. To power Medellin's future, an entire valley was sacrificed. Families were forced to abandon ancestral lands. And the town of El Peñol vanished beneath the rising reservoir. Only the tip of its church tower remains. A stone memory breaking the water's surface. For those displaced, progress came at a cost. For Guatape, it marked the beginning of a second life. The man-made lake shimmered like turquoise glass, and soon visitors followed. Tourism flowed in like the floodwaters once had. But this time, it brought opportunity. Locals embraced their past and painted it across their homes. Every house became a canvas. Bright blues, sun-washed yellows, emerald greens. All adorned with zócalos, the town's iconic bas-reliefs. Each panel tells a personal story, a trade, a family, a forgotten tale. Walking through Guatape is like strolling through an open-air gallery of the human spirit. And then there is the rock, El Peñón de Guatape, now one of Colombia's most photographed landmarks. "659 steps spiral skyward, and at the top, a view that silences even the most talkative traveler. Below, a maze of green hills and blue water stretches into the horizon. Like a living mosaic crafted by time and loss. The lake today offers more than power. It's a playground for kayakers, jet skiers, and daydreamers. Glamping sites dot the shore, offering luxurious escapes among forests and birdsong. Adventurers paraglide above, while others find peace in the town's cafes and market stalls. Guatape is no longer just a place. It's a symbol of Colombia's resilience and reinvention. It invites us to climb, to remember, and to marvel at how beauty can rise from displacement. In every color, every carving, every wave, there's a story waiting to be heard. Guatape, where the past sleeps underwater and the future dances in the streets. Hidden in Colombia's arid southwest lies a land of silence, stone, and stars. The Tatacoa Desert. Colombia's best-kept secret is not truly a desert. In fact, it's a tropical dry forest, once lush with flowers. Now it is sculpted by time into crimson cliffs and gray valleys. Its name, Tatacoa, refers not to the wind or the sky, but to a snake, long vanished, yet still haunting the land. Locals call it El Valle de la Tristeza, the Valley of Sadness. But sadness isn't what visitors feel when they arrive. Instead, it's awe. Red canyons twist like petrified fire in the zone of Cusco, while the gray desert of Los Hoyos feels like walking on the moon. This surreal landscape stretches across 330 square kilometers, broken only by the upright silhouettes of towering cacti. Some grow over 5 meters tall, silent witnesses to centuries of wind and sun. The creatures of Tatacoa are few, but each one is a survivor. Scorpions, lizards, owls, wild cats, and desert eagles glide beneath the merciless sky. But there is something else here, something even older than the rocks. Above this silent land, the stars reveal themselves with astonishing clarity. No light pollution, no noise, just the cosmos, wide open. Up to 88 constellations can be seen from Tatacoa. North and south skies merging at the equator. And at the heart of this celestial stage stands a man, Javier Fernando Rua Restrepo, a self-taught astronomer. He came here chasing a comet and never left. With no university degree, no sponsors, and little money, Restrepo built his own observatory by hand. His passion turned a shack into a sanctuary, attracting stargazers from every continent. Just wanted to see the stars, he says. For me, it was like heaven. His star parties, held each July, gather dreamers, scientists, and wanderers beneath a sky untouched by time. Here, telescopes from Russia, Europe, and the US line up beside fire pits and hammocks. This is not luxury tourism. This is a pilgrimage for the soul and for the stars. During the day, the desert burns beneath a sun that paints the cliffs in ochres and rust. At night, the heavens open wide, and silence becomes a language. Tatacoa is where geologic time meets cosmic eternity. A place where you can feel the earth beneath your feet. And the universe above your head. Few places on Earth connect past, present, and infinite quite like this. It is not just a place to visit, it is a place to wonder. Tatacoa, Colombia's desert of forgotten rivers, ancient skies, and endless mystery. There's a place in Colombia where jungle meets ocean. Where where ancient culture and raw nature have coexisted for thousands of years. It's called Tayrona National Park. But did you know that this tropical paradise was once sacred ground for a forgotten civilization? Long before the Spanish ever set foot in the Americas. This land was home to the Tayrona people, ancestors of today's Kogi tribe. They built stone villages, engineered water systems, and lived in harmony with the sea and mountains, as if they were the Earth's elder siblings. Though driven high into the mountains by colonization, the Kogi have never let go of their ancestral wisdom. Today, they continue to live in seclusion, guarding what they call the heart of the world, the Sierra Nevada. Tayrona isn't just a national park. It's a gateway to an ancient world that never truly vanished. Can you imagine it hidden deep in the jungle, a lost city older than Machu Picchu? Ciudad Perdida. The lost city lies nestled among moss-covered stone terraces, a silent witness to the heights of Tayrona civilization over a millennium ago. Reaching it requires days of trekking, crossing rivers, climbing through dense forest, listening to toucans and howler monkeys echo through the canopy. But the reward is a journey back in time to something raw, sacred, and achingly real. No electricity, just starlight, ocean wind, and the whisper of ancestors on the mountaintop. Beyond its history, Tayrona enchants with an astonishing variety of landscapes. From untouched beaches like Cabo San Juan and Playa Cristal, to lush jungle valleys, coral reefs, and tangled mangrove swamps. Where else can you swim in turquoise waters, hear monkeys howling in the distance, and see eagles soaring over the palm trees? Tayrona is a rare meeting point of mountain and sea, where the 5,700-meter Sierra Nevada range nearly kisses the Caribbean shore. It's also one of the few places on Earth where you can see both northern and southern skies, thanks to its equatorial location. Little wonder it's become a sacred destination for astronomers, photographers, and dreamers alike. It's also a birdwatcher's paradise, home to over 300 species. From scarlet macaws and toucans to rare mountain eagles. Beneath the waves lies another world, over 100 coral species, and hundreds of river and marine fish glide through the vibrant reefs. If diving is your passion, Playa Concha, and the waters around Playa Gairaca will captivate you for days. For those drawn to culture, a hike to El Pueblito reveals the remains of an ancient Tayrona village. Stone houses, dry bridges, and ancestral silence. Above the park, the Kogi people still live, believing themselves to be Earth's caretakers. Every year, they hold spiritual ceremonies to protect nature and warn humanity of ecological imbalance. In a world that moves too fast, Tayrona offers something rare, a place to slow down and truly feel the bond between humanity and nature. The weather is hot and humid year-round with a dry season from December to March, ideal for exploring. You can sleep in hammocks under thatched huts in Cabo San Juan, or stay at eco-lodges just outside the park, close to nature without sacrificing comfort. The food is rich with Caribbean flavor: fried fresh fish, coconut rice, patacones, and more. But a day in Tayrona is never just about nature. It's a deep encounter with memory, culture, and something older than time. Have we forgotten how to hear the sacred, the rustle of leaves in the wind, the silent gaze of a Kogi elder? If there's one place in Colombia that urges you to stop, breathe deeper, and listen to your heart, it's Tayrona. There is a river in Colombia that bursts into color for only a few months each year, as if nature were painting a masterpiece, only to wash it away again. Its name is Caño Cristales, the River of Five Colors, often hailed as the most beautiful river in the world. Hidden within Serranía de la Macarena National Park. This river is a rare natural phenomenon unlike anything else on Earth. What makes it extraordinary isn't its length or depth, but its surreal kaleidoscope of colors. From May to November, the riverbed becomes a living tapestry of brilliant reds, golden yellows, lush greens, deep purples, and midnight blacks. This magic doesn't come from minerals or light refraction, but from a single, unique aquatic plant, Macarenia clevigera. As the rainy season recedes, sunlight pierces the crystal-clear water, awakening a bloom of red algae that coats the riverbed in a riot of color. But timing is everything. Come at the wrong moment, and all you'll see is an ordinary stream, as if the miracle hasn't yet woken. For decades, this region was cut off from the world, caught within the conflict zones controlled by FARC guerrillas. Only after the 2016 peace accord did the river finally open itself to the world. Serranía de la Macarena, the park it flows through, is also a biodiversity hotspot, home to hundreds of rare birds and mammals. But did you know? Only 200 visitors are allowed near the river per day, in groups no larger than 7. And sunscreen or insect repellent is strictly forbidden, because even a trace of chemicals can destroy the delicate algae that gives the river its color. It's a strict rule, but one born of deep respect, a way for Colombians to protect their natural treasure. Yet the greater threat lies beyond the riverbanks. Deforestation and oil exploration are altering the local climate. If rainfall lessens, the waters will cloud. The algae won't bloom, and the rainbow will fade. Caño Cristales is proof of nature's miraculous beauty, but also a warning, a whispered reminder of what's at stake when we neglect the environment. Because a river can teach us many things, about wonder, about fragility, and about the quiet responsibility of protecting what we once thought eternal. Time seems to stand still in Villa de Leyva, a small town that cradles an immense treasure trove of history. Roughly 150 kilometers from Bogota, this was once a haven for governors, noble families, and seekers of knowledge dating back to the 16th century. Every cobblestone on its rugged streets remains where it has stood for centuries, silently narrating the tale of an ancient Colombia. At its heart lies Plaza Mayor, the largest square in Colombia and among the most beautiful in South America. Spanning over 14,000 square meters, it has borne witness to religious festivals, bustling markets, and even public executions during colonial times. Have you ever wondered why such a small town would boast such an enormous square? The answer lies in its origin. Villa de Leyva was designed to be a powerful administrative center under Spanish colonial rule. The buildings surrounding the plaza remain faithful to their colonial charm. Whitewashed facades, red-tiled roofs, wooden balconies, a picture-perfect fragment of the past. On the eastern side stands a Church of Our Lady of the Rosary, built in 1604, reflecting the rich Baroque tradition of colonial Colombia. Inside, its gilded altars shimmer under candlelight, filling the space with a quiet, sacred glow. But Villa de Leyva isn't just steeped in history, it's also a gateway to prehistory. The Paleontological Museum displays over 2,400 fossil specimens from the Cretaceous period. And nearby, El Fossil Museum guards an irreplaceable treasure, a nearly complete skeleton of a massive pliosaur, a marine reptile that vanished millions of years ago. Imagine discovering traces of an ancient ocean in the midst of Colombia's arid highlands. Beyond its nostalgic charm, Villa de Leyva offers a surprising range of natural beauty. From limestone mountains to semi-deserts, fertile valleys to sacred lakes. Just over 2 kilometers from town are the Pozos Azules, artificial turquoise pools that shift in hue with the light and temperature. These pools, glimmering in the desert sun, have become a beloved spot for photographers and wanderers alike. For lovers of legend, the sacred lake of Guatape is a must. Pilgrimage to Guatape is believed to cleanse the soul, a spiritual journey into Colombia's indigenous roots. At night, Villa de Leyva becomes a celestial observatory. The skies are crystal clear and untouched by light pollution, drawing stargazers from across the country. Its annual astronomy festival transforms the Great Square into an open-air theater of stars, telescopes, and cosmic wonder. And in August, the National Kite Festival fills the heavens with color and creativity, a celebration of wind and imagination. Villa de Leyva is also a haven for the arts, hosting independent film festivals, art exhibitions, and bonsai fairs that blend culture with environmental consciousness. Christmas here isn't loud. It glows softly from fairy lights on tiled rooftops, echoing with the warm harmonies of traditional carols. Local cuisine is as rich in flavor as the town is in heritage. Grilled rabbit, roasted suckling pig, corn-based dishes, and handcrafted chocolate all reflect culinary traditions passed down through generations. You can wander through narrow alleys, pause at a vintage cafe, or browse pottery handmade by local artisans. This town doesn't rush, and it's not meant for those chasing modern thrills. It invites you to slow down, to remember, and to feel the meaningful stillness of time flowing gently around you. Villa de Leyva is a living museum where history isn't locked in books, but resonates beneath your very footsteps. From the vibrant alleyways of Cartagena to the surreal rainbow river of Caño Cristales, Colombia is a symphony composed of history, nature, and rebirth. We've crossed the Tatacoa Desert, climbed to the top of El Peñón in Guatape, listened to howler monkeys echoing through the jungles of Tayrona, and witnessed prehistoric wonders come to life in Villa de Leyva. Colombia isn't just a country, it's a powerful emotion, wild yet welcoming, grounded yet dreamlike. A place that feels both raw and tender, real and unreal. But this journey isn't over yet. Because on the other side of the continent, another paradise awaits. Costa Rica. Where rainforests meet volcanoes. And the ocean embraces creatures both strange and beautiful. Are you ready for the next adventure?